In this clip we're going to look at drawing a parabola within a rectangle. The time you might do this is when you're looking at something that's travelled through a path of trajectory, such as a ball kicked from one location to another, or a spear being thrown, or an arrow, or a cannonball, or something like that. So we're always given a length, and we're given an actual height, so the height that our object has attained during its path of trajectory. So the one I've been given here as an example is a ball has been kicked, it's travelled 100 metres from its location at the start to where it is located at the end, and it reached a height of 60 metres. We're in metres, we want to convert that to millimetres, and the first thing we're going to do is convert it to millimetres and then work out what scale we're going to draw at to represent this. So if we look at scale, we've got 100 metres, which is 100,000 millimetres, and we've got 60 metres, which is 60,000 millimetres. I'm thinking that 100 millimetres by 60 millimetres would be pretty good to draw at. So if I look at that, for a scale of 1 to 1,000 means that I'm going to divide this by 1,000. I'm going to get rid of 3 zeros, leaves me with 100 there and 60 there. So a scale of 1 to 1,000 will allow us to draw at 100 millimetres by 60 millimetres, or 1 millimetre in 1 millimetre on the drawing equals 1,000 millimetres in real life. So the first thing to do now, after we've done our scale, is to draw up a rectangle that is 100 millimetres by 60 millimetres, and I've done that over here. So I've got 100 by 60 millimetres. The next step is we need to bisect the length down the bottom to find our centre point, to find where our trajectory path actually reached that point at 60 metres. So to do that, just to bisect the baseline, just a normal bisection. So go on one end of the baseline, go over halfway, swing an arc up, swing an arc down, which you won't be able to see on the camera because it's out of view. Go on to the other end, swing up, find the intersection, swing down to find the intersection. Once you've got that, then you can get your set square through, go between the points, take a line down, and that's going to give us our bisection. So we know that right here at this top is where our ball reached its highest point, up there. Next step is we've got to divide. Would you look at it at a half at a time? So in this half, we've got if you're on this side on the left, we've got our rise, and then we've got our fall, if you like. So we'll just look at one side to start with, and they should be a mirror image of each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this length here, or half our distance, and we're going to divide it into 4 parts. You can do it 4, 5, however many you want. I'm just going to do it 5 at this point, 4 for this stage. So to divide this into 4 parts, take out a random line, and it's just your normal line division that you would do. If I divide this part into 4 parts, I need to divide my height into 4 parts as well. So I'll do these both at the same time. Take out a random line, any angle, doesn't matter. I'm going to grab a compass, get a little compass set up here, and I'm just going to mark my line out 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And down here, I'm going to do this side 4 times as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get my 2 set squares, or I'm going to use my parallel ruler on my set square. And I'll line up my last mark with the overall height line there. So that's my last one. Then I'm just going to keep my ruler level so I can slide the set square along and put in all of these. So that's now divided my height into 4 parts. So if I start with 0 here, this will be 1, 2, 3, and 4 down the bottom. And same up the top here, go for my last mark, line it up with, it's a bit tricky getting that first one line up, that's where you want to make sure that you're pretty right. Well, if it moves, set it back up again, make sure you're exactly right, hold down your base ruler and slide your set square along so that you get those parallel lines, otherwise you won't get your marks right. Okay, so now this is 0 here, this is 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one out there. Now, the next step, we'll just do this side to start with. Our vertical lines, our altitude, if you like, going up, they need to just be still vertical. So from point 1, point 2, point 3, they all go through there. Now what we work off is this very highest point that our ball will reach on the pathway. And to plot our trajectory, we're going to come back to our 1, 2, 3 and 4 that we've got here from that location. So we come from actual, and 2, actual, and 3, right down to 4. And now we're going to look at where they intersect. So this is number 1 line coming through here, and there's our 1 line coming down there. So we look for our point. Just touch pencils so we can see that a bit better. There's our point. Number 2 coming down here, and we're going to look for the number 2 coming back this way and find where they intersect. Number 3, looking for the 3 and the 3, and then our 4 and our 4 down there. So they are our marks back down through there, which is our path of our ball. What we need is the other side as well. So what we do is we can just take the distance on the side here between points, make sure you get it pretty right. Not pretty right, not sure be right mate, but pretty right as in spot on. I was just checking to make sure that they're all the same. So, which they should be. Okay, so there's our 4 points. So this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. And along the top do the same. See what length they are. Make sure it's cutting right through that mark. And then swing it around. And mark it all out this way. Do the same again. Put in your vertical lines. And then from the very highest point of your trajectory, go from there I should say, back down to marks down the horizontal, down the vertical side. So now we've got, this is 1, 2 and 3 heading out. So 1 and 1 intersect, shading pencils, 1 and 1 intersect right there, 2 and 2 intersect there, 3 and 3 intersect, and there's 4 down the bottom there. So now you have your points. You can then start to rough in with your construction pencil, very carefully going through all your points. This is the hardest part. Once again, you could use a French curve or a flexi curve to do this, or if you're confident enough, give it a go without. I'm giving it a go without, but I wouldn't say I'm confident. Not confident or competent, especially not being able to get up and move around. I'm locked into place because of the camera, but you guys can get up and move or turn your board around and get it in a position that you can feel comfortable to be able to join the dots. Okay, and when you've roughed it in, if you're happy with it, you can follow your line with your outline pencil, and hopefully it will be the sort of parabolic curve that you're after. I'll get up and stand. It makes it so much easier. And there you have your path of trajectory of your ball that is kicked from point A to point B. Thank you.